A 58-foot Black Brant IX rocket launches from NASA's Wallops Flight Facility on October 4. This was the first test of the Mars 2020 mission's parachute testing series, the Advanced Supersonic Parachute Inflation Research Experiment, or ASPIRE. Credit NASA. Wallops landing on Mars is difficult and not always successful. Well-designed advanced testing helps. An ambitious NASA Mars rover mission set to launch in 2020 will rely on a special parachute to slow the spacecraft down as it enters the Martian atmosphere at over 12,000 miles per hour, 5.4 kilometers per second. Preparations for this mission have provided, for the first time, dramatic video of the parachute opening at supersonic speed. The Mars 2020 mission will seek signs of ancient Martian life by investigating evidence in place and by caching drilled samples of Martian rocks for potential future return to Earth. The mission's parachute testing series, the Advanced Supersonic Parachute Inflation Research Experiment, or ASPIRE, began with a rocket launch and upper atmosphere flight last month from the NASA Goddard Space Flight Center's Wallops Flight Facility in Wallops Island, Virginia. "It is quite a ride," said Ian Clark, the test technical lead from NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory in Pasadena, California. "The imagery of our first parachute inflation is almost as breathtaking to behold as it is scientifically significant. For the first time, we get to see what it would look like to be in a spacecraft hurtling towards the red planet, unfurling its parachute." A 58-foot, 17.7-meter Black Brant IX rocket launched from Wallops on October 4 for this evaluation of the ASPIRE payload performance. The payload is a bullet-nosed, cylindrical structure holding a supersonic parachute, the parachute's deployment mechanism, and the test's high-definition instrumentation, including cameras, to record data. The video will load shortly. Credit Jet Propulsion Laboratory. The rocket carried the payload as high as about 32 miles 51 kilometers. 42 seconds later, at an altitude of 26 miles 42 kilometers and a velocity of 1.8 times the speed of, the test conditions were met and the Mars parachute successfully deployed. 35 minutes after launch, ASPIRE splashed down in the Atlantic Ocean about 34 miles 54 kilometers southeast of Wallops Island. "Everything went according to plan, or better than planned," said Clark. "We not only proved that we could get our payload to the correct altitude and velocity conditions to best mimic a parachute deployment in the Martian atmosphere, but as an added bonus, we got to see our parachute in action as well." The parachute tested during this first flight was almost an exact copy of the parachute used to land NASA's Mars Science Laboratory successfully on the Red Planet in 2012. Future tests will evaluate the performance of a strengthened parachute that could also be used in future Mars missions. The Mars 2020 team will use data from these tests to finalize the design for its mission. The next ASPIRE test is planned for February 2018. Explore further NASA to test supersonic parachute in flying saucer launch update provided by Jet Propulsion Laboratory.